When entering for takedowns, we have to look at a few things. I can't enter for a takedown and just shoot from distance without getting past certain aspects of my opponent's body. I cannot shoot and get a successful takedown if I cannot enter past my opponent's hands and especially past my opponent's elbows. Okay. Recently, we just went over using our collar tie and using that forearm frame as our first line of defense. Okay. What do I mean by that? If my opponent were to shoot from distance, my first line of defense would be making contact with my hands here, specifically my forearm, because as I make contact with my forearm, I can make my grips with the collar tie to get into further defense. If my opponent took a shot and got past my elbows and my hands to where I was here, he could be successful here because now I'm going to need to rely on sprawling or some sort of late defense. So when we look at takedowns, we're going to look at a lot of setups and a lot of takedowns and finishes today. Every single one is going to deal with me getting past my opponent's elbow. So if I was here with this collar tie, it's going to have to deal with me getting under and past my opponent's elbow. From here, I can lock my hands in a double or a single leg fashion, even get around to the back without my opponent using any kind of upper body stagnant defense that I have to go through. So everything that I do today is going to be to deal with these upper body frames. As a defensive athlete, I want to make sure that my elbows are inside and my opponent cannot get past them. Anytime my opponent's trying to go for takedowns, these are always going to be my first line of defense. Checking the shoulders, forearm on the shoulders, moving the head away. Same for him. If I'm coming in from distance and he's forearms, come in here, this is what's going to stop me. All my setups today are going to rely on beating the elbow through different angles, through different setups and movements to be able to get into my shots. So even though there's going to be a lot of setups and a lot of different movements today, I really want to focus on the aspect of not only just beating my opponent's hands, but beating and getting past the elbow to enter into the legs.